Hello everyone, this is Gary Kay, and you're watching my daily rants and raves today, and we are all at InfoComm, but we are joined by a really special guest who's going to debut some new products and new technology, and is going to talk to us about what they're going to do here at InfoComm. And this is a big show for everyone. It's not just a big show for the audiovisual industry, but it's a big show for the digital signage market. It's a big show for everyone here in attendance, but it can't be much bigger than can't be much of a bigger show for anyone than maybe your company. BrightSign, Jeff. Jeff Hastings is the CEO of BrightSign. Jeff, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Gary. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, and setup is going well. We're excited about how the show is going to be go this year because they're expecting record attendance, and I'm sure you're expecting a record attendance at your booth because you guys are one of the premier companies, if not the premier media player company in the digital signage market.
Yeah, so InfoComm is just an absolutely great show for us, probably our best show in the U.S. And really we've built a very large base of integrators and other folks in the InfoComm kind of ecosystem that love our players, and it's a really fun show for us because people come to the show with projects that they're trying to figure out how to do, and we love having the discussions about, hey, here's how you can actually get those things done with a BrightSign player.
And they love companies like you who are sort of the first of doing something. Like last year, you guys were the first with a 4K player, and that's a big thing. And now, other companies have 4K players, but you've been delivering a 4K player for a while. You were the first company that integrated, that I recall, integrating third-party CMS systems into your platform so seamlessly. And I know that's actually one of the things you want to talk about today because you got some announcements regarding partnerships, don't you?
Yeah, so we continue to work with a lot of different CMS companies, content management systems. Each one brings their own unique kind of capabilities and specialties from each vertical market that they're in. And what we've looked at is, hey, the best thing to do for us is let them take advantage of our great media player technology as a great endpoint, and let them go out and grab the market where they've really specialized in different vertical markets. And at this year's InfoComm, basically what we're doing is we're going to be adding 3 more, or at least announcing 3 more partners at the show. One of them is Industry Weapon. They've been a long time basically, CMS in this world, really focusing a lot on the corporate market. And then WonderSign, actually, they're based in Florida, so this is going to be a nice, almost local show for them. We'll be announcing their integration that we worked on recently. And the last one, Reflex Systems. Of course, they do very large retail deployments in some of the bigger, well-known, very large-scale big box stores. We're announcing the integration with them. So this is just more of our strategy of expanding the content management systems that we work with, so that these folks have traditionally used PCs or other devices where they've struggled with reliability. Now are able to use our platform with their kind of content management capabilities to get the best of both worlds.
Right, and so instead of reinventing the content management system, why not just embrace everyone else's systems and let people use what they want to use? It's a great way of doing it. And I think it shows that you are trying to be more open to sort of every opportunity rather than just trying to build a closed ecosystem, like you said.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there trying to do everything themselves, and what we realize is we're extremely good at building media players and building them to be incredibly reliable and very cost effective. So, what we want is basically everyone to have Probo boxes at their endpoint. So, that's our goal, and we're basically going to work with kind of all the software partners out there to make that happen.
And in your booth, you're going to kind of have from what I understand in talking to you and Ann earlier, you're going to have sort of a application-based booth in the sense that you're going to show well, I guess this is the time to talk about you're making a big improvement with HTML5 and the sort of fluidity and the compatibility and performance of your system is going to be better hardware and software-wise, and you're going to actually demonstrate the difference in your booth this year.
Yeah, as we talked about, we brought out our 4K media player last year. We brought out the first kind of software release on it. And the reality is there's a bunch of other hardware capabilities that's in the box that we're slowly kind of moving all of our software over to take better advantage of the hardware platform, because it's a dramatically better platform than our previous platforms in terms of hardware performance. So what we'll be debuting at InfoComm is a new player software upgrade or firmware upgrade for our players that allows the HTML, a lot of the HTML stuff, to be incredibly fast and give you the fluidity, especially in touchscreens applications, to feel almost like the contemporary tablets and phones that have just kind of amazing touch performance.
Right.
Where people in the digital signage world have just never had that kind of performance, and a lot of people have been asking for it. So we've actually been working over the last almost year on the performance of the HTML and touch integration to show really fluid movements for both touch and also a lot of social media kind of interactivity type stuff to give a really cool user experience, because as digital signage moves forward, people want a more entertaining experience, a more interactive experience, and that's our focus, is to continue to raise the bar on what is performance and what really feels good, so that you get people interacting with it and noticing it.
Yeah, and people do notice even the slightest delay. So I think it does irritate people when they're dealing with a touch screen that has a slight delay in it. It's frustrating because then you hit it twice and then you're out of sequence, and so I think that's a good idea for you to focus on that. What about individual products? Are you going to launch any specific products that you want to talk about that'll be new, or are you just continuing the performance of the product line that you currently have?
Yeah, so we brought out the 4K player last September. Then we brought out a whole refresh line December 1st, which includes our new HD and XD upgrades, or HD2 and XD2. And then we brought out a new low-cost line for the people who's really value-focused. It's called our LS line. And basically, we'll be showing those all off. We showed them at DSE for the first time in the U.S. And this will be really showing them at InfoComm for the first time to the broad audience. And like I said earlier, InfoComm is our big show. It's really where we get all the integrators coming together to look at projects and basically bring our latest technology. And this show will be highlighting that with lots of different demos from 4K all the way down to LS, and really allowing the integrators to come in and have discussions about what their special needs are and how we can address them with the whole product line.
Well, BrightSign, you're an easy company to deal with. I mean, a lot of people are just sort of getting in the digital signage market from the AV side. Just head over to brightsign.com. How do you distribute your products? Do you go through distribution, or it's brightsign.biz, by the way?
So brightsign.biz, yeah, I was going
to say brightsign.biz. But how do you distribute your products? Do you go through distribution, or do you go direct to dealers? Like, what's the best way for them to engage with you?
Basically, as you said, we're super easy to deal with, so you can deal with us in any way. So you can deal with us directly. We can set, basically up as an integrator or a reseller directly with us, or we go through distribution. We have Almo and Ingram and Stampede and others who distribute our products. So pretty much whatever works for the customer. If they want to go through us directly, we're happy to set them up and have them deal directly. If they like dealing with their favorite distributor, worked with them also. So, we're easy to work with, and basically whichever way people prefer, we're very supportive of both paths.
Yeah, and it's brightsign.biz, and Jeff Hastings is CEO. Best of luck to you. This is going to be an exciting show, and I don't want to. You mentioned it during our audio podcast. We should mention it again, even though the show's here in less than a week. On Wednesday and Thursday nights from 5 to 6 or 4 to 5?
4 to 5. From 4 to 5.
You're going to have a reception.
Yeah. We're going to have a little happy hour from 4 to 5 on Wednesday and Thursday, highlighting some of our partners, and basically just having a good time. It's a long day on the show floor, and we thought it'd be a good way just have everyone stop by, have a drink at our booth, show off we got some cool technology we'll be showing off during happy hour, so it'll be a little surprise for folks to see. But we have drinks, and nice way to kind of close out each day, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 to 5.
We'll be there
with
you as well. And thank you for joining me today. This has been, you've been watching our Daily Rants and Raves, which is normally a podcast. Now it's a video cast as we gear up to InfoComm. So, Jeff, thank you for joining me. I know you're busy, and we'll see you in Orlando in just a few days.
Absolutely. Thanks, Gary. Take care.
Thank you. Thanks for watching, everybody.